Hello friends, today's topic is that single life. Let's rant.
I'm telling you, that singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you know, whatever extracurricular activities, when you doing hobbies, when you at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish I could cuddle up with somebody, or I really wish I could tell somebody about my day. That's it. That's when the singleness hits you like, damn, I wish I had somebody. But throughout the day, you don't even be thinking about like, oh, I wish I had somebody to, talk to on my lunch break, or like, I'm not even thinking about that stuff. But at night, when I lay my head down in that empty ass bed, oh yeah, that's when I be like, dang, yeah, I wish I had a little stink.
Get ready with me to go to the store because I'm bored and I'm about to spend some money. So working from home and living alone to me is a bad combination. So there are some days that I work from home and I never leave the house after I get off from work. And like that is a crazy thing because you work from home. Sometimes I have nothing to do when I get off from work and I'm just here by myself and I'm just like, I'm craving energy. I'm craving conversation and connection. Like, I can only talk to my friends so much. I don't know if I need to make more friends. I don't know if I need to get out more. I don't know if I'm craving male energy. Because when you are in a relationship, you kind of have something to look forward to when you get off of work, like possibly a date, or they come to your house, or you go over their house. Like, and then you can kind of like, just like, it peps you up. You get excited. You have something to look forward to. And like, I'm just here alone. And tonight I'm struggling with the quietness and the loneliness that I'm about to get dressed to go spend some money. So do you guys feel like this? The people that work from home, and you're single, like, do you feel lonely, or do you feel like, you need more interaction with people? I am just struggling. I'm just struggling with that. And maybe it will get better once summer hits, no weather. I can kind of like get out, maybe even change locations of where I'm working, go to different places and stuff like that. But yeah, I am struggling tonight. I wish I had somebody else to talk to other than the same people that I talk to every day, which are my friends, my girlfriends. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go spend some money.
As a woman who's been single for 5 years, I just wanted to make a little video about loneliness. I accept that my perception of loneliness might be different to other people's, and that's because I experienced losing my mum as a child, and trust me, the aloneness I felt as a result of losing my mum is something that can never be rivaled, and loneliness just pales in comparison. What I will say though is that loneliness is not exclusive to people who are single. People who are in relationships get lonely too. And loneliness is not a reason to enter into a relationship that makes you unhappy in so many other ways. Loneliness is also not a reason to message that guy. You know the one I'm talking about. Leave him in the archives. Leave him blocked. He's blocked for a reason. What I want us all to remember about loneliness is that it's a feeling and it will pass. Life isn't always going to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to sit with difficult emotions, and sometimes we're going to feel a little bit shit. But you know what? You are going to feel okay again, and it is going to get better. Loneliness is something that so many people experience. Ironically, you're not alone.
Are you going through this right now? Loneliness is common these days.
I had my feelings hurt today, and I wanted to get on here and talk about it. I tried to let it go. I kept telling myself they didn't mean it that way. It's not as that big of a deal. Just let it go, let it go. But honestly, it's one of those things that has just been grating at me all day since it happened. Rather than let it upset me all night, I've decided to just talk about it. And the reason I'm talking about it is because I feel like I'm not the only person who deals with this and feels this way. And so I wanted to put my feelings out there and see if anybody else is experiencing this. So basically, I had 2 people today tell me that they think that I post too much online. And while I understand their concern and where they're coming from, I don't think they understand where I'm coming from, which is why I wanted to discuss it. So I am a single, childless, middle-aged woman who has honestly very few friends. I have a lot of acquaintances and I have a lot of childhood friends that I still connect with through social media. But as far as someone I could call up and be like, hey, I'm bored today, want to go out and grab some lunch? I don't have anybody. I honestly don't have very much interaction outside of my neighbors and my coworkers with other people. In fact, there are certain days of the week, because I work remotely, that if I don't have meetings or if no one in the family calls me, I can go the entire day and not speak to another human being. And I know that's not healthy, but that is the reality of the life that I'm living. People like to glamorize being single, especially married people who have bad marriages. They like to, I wish I was single, blah, blah, blah. But what they don't see is how hard it is to be single, because I am the sole decision maker for my household. I am the only person paying the bills. I'm the only person figuring out emergencies. I am the only person who cleans the house. I have to do my own laundry. If I'm sick, I have to crawl out of bed no matter how sick I am and go to the drugstore to get my medicine and make sure I'm fed and hydrated. Like, I am the only person who has to run my life. There is no partner to help me. Most people in my life who do love me and would be willing to help me in an emergency situation have other priorities in life because they do have a spouse or children or whatever, taking care of parents, because we're at that weird age where you're either taking care of your kids or taking care of your parents, or sometimes both. Their priorities are their family, which is the way it should be. But because their priority is their family, it's when you do need help, it's like you're an inconvenience. It's easier to just do it yourself than to bother somebody, because then you have to hear about how you inconvenienced them. I think I've just reached a point where I'm exhausted with doing everything on my own. I, in a million years, never pictured going into this stage of life without a partner. I really thought I would have a husband at least, and that just didn't happen. You know, everyone told me the right man will come along. Well, I'm pretty sure he got hit by a truck because he's not coming along anywhere. It is very lonely, and I know there are a lot of other people my age there's a loneliness epidemic, and people wonder why social media has become such a big deal for people. And I think this is why, because we're lonely. And sometimes the only interaction I have with people is through social media. And as silly as it sounds, posting a 1 or 2 minute video about something I'm really excited about, like my pool or my hot tub or my dog or something like that, it's something that I'm really excited about, but I'm not going to inconvenience someone else because they don't care. And so I put it on social media just for fun so that I get to share my excitement with somebody. And it makes me feel less lonely. It makes me feel like I have friends, even though they're fake internet friends because we all don't know each other in real life. It makes me feel like someone actually saw me today, because there are a lot of days where I don't feel seen. So telling me that I post too much on social media feels like I'm once again being told that I'm an inconvenience, stay in your lane because you're not important. And I know they didn't mean it that way. I 100% know they didn't mean it that way, but it really hurt my feelings today. Does anyone else feel like this? Okay, bye.
If you are a single woman and you're struggling with loneliness, the truth of the matter is you're not making enough money. Yeah. Think about it. You can only feel loneliness when there's lack of activities and you're not moving around. Because if you were up 6 figures, instead of catching feelings, you'll be catching flights. Yeah, look, Get the digital blueprint and consume yourself with finances and ways to make money, and join a community of women so you won't feel lonely. You can access it now for as low as $24 monthly installment. The link is in my bio.
This is actually really weird for me. I'm on TikTok over here being emotional and stupid, whatever. But, like, I want to know, like, who are the people that's glorifying being single? Like, I want to know what type of life that y'all live. What are y'all doing to be so happy to be single? Because I'm not understanding. I've been single for, like, over a year now. I'm in my 20s, and this is not for the weak. Like, this is miserable. Like, I'm actually miserable. Not only am I single, but the friends I have are not really friends. I got my family. Woo. But everything else is, like, in the shitter. This is a miserable life. For real.
Being single sucks, but at the same time you do have your peace, right? Don't rush anything and wait until the right person comes around. What do you think? Comment down below, and thank you for watching.